Are you exhausted, and particularly mentally and emotionally exhausted? You're probably in your head. And guess what? We all get in our head. Nothing's wrong with you for being in your head. Our head has a purpose. It's there to protect us. But when we are exhausted because we have thoughts over and over and over that bring up emotions, that we are feeling this thing over and over and over, that's painful and really could be excruciating, and there's all kinds of painful emotions happening with these thoughts. So the way to cure exhaustion: look at your thoughts. Now, you might be physically exhausted as well. That's a body issue. There's ways to heal our body, but when it comes to healing mentally and emotionally and spiritually, that's where we turn to our conscience. Our conscience is the key to progress when it comes to healing mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You got to recognize, though, when you're not aligned with your conscience. Our conscience lets us know this is healthy, this is unhealthy. This is where you go, and this is how you move forward to heal, or hey, don't do this. So when we're in our head, it's all about protecting, and we get stuck in this thought pattern. We have this thought, it doesn't feel good, so what we do is try to not do the same thing over again, or it gets very discombobulated. We do things over and over. But if we're in our heart, we can progress. So if you are not being respectful with your thoughts, that is exhausting, whether it be about yourself or others. If you're constantly thinking about they're this, or I'm not this, or that's exhausting. That feeling is actually telling you to change your thoughts. It's not telling you what you're saying is even true. Like, oh, they're terrible. That feeling is saying, yes, they are terrible. Or I'm terrible. That feeling is saying, yes, I am terrible. It's really actually telling you, hey, this thought is unhealthy. Choose something different. But when we think this and then feel this, what we normally do is disconnect. We're exhausted. I need to check out. I need to, do something for myself so I can replenish, versus looking at your thoughts. So if you're in your heart, looking at your thoughts, the new thought could be, where do I go from here? What's the next step? What's the truth? How do I feel peace, even though something is hard happening, or something challenging, how do I find that peace? And actually giving yourself permission to feel those painful emotions, then go to your heart, feel of worth, feel accepted. So what you're doing is moving forward. Now, it takes courage to go through this process, but you can do it. And I know you're exhausted, so I don't have the emotional energy to do it. It's a lot more exhausting to do nothing than it is to just start looking at your thoughts and feeling your emotions to move on.